What do you plan on talking about with the president?
Well, yeah, I'm asking to be named the Pope of Greenland.
Do you have a specific?
No, I'm just having a I mean, like, this is going to be the president, and I am not just the senator for Democrats in Pennsylvania. I'm the senator for everyone in Pennsylvania, and my state picked Donald Trump as president, and if I have the opportunity to have that conversation, and I bet we're going to find things to work together for a better Pennsylvania and a better nation, and that's why I'm engaging in this.
John Fetterman files lawsuit against The View host, Sunny Hostin, and producers. Senator John Fetterman of Pennsylvania has filed a bombshell defamation lawsuit against The View co-host Sunny Hostin and the show's producers. It's drama, politics, and legal action all rolled into one, and we're here to unpack it all for you. So grab your favorite drink as we spotlight the controversy, the key players, and everything that led to this explosive moment. For those unfamiliar, John Fetterman is a Democratic politician currently serving as a U.S. Senator from Pennsylvania. Known for his towering 6'8" stature, tattoos, and casual attire, Fetterman brings a unique and unconventional style to American politics. He earned a master's degree in public policy from Harvard University and served as the mayor of Braddock, Pennsylvania for over a decade. During his time as mayor, he gained attention for his progressive policies and efforts to revitalize the struggling steel town. In 2018, Fetterman became Pennsylvania's lieutenant governor, where he focused on criminal justice reform and economic development. Despite suffering a stroke during his 2022 campaign for the U.S. Senate with the support of his followers, Fetterman defeated his Republican opponent, Mehmet Oz, flipping a key seat for the Democrats. His working-class appeal and blunt, straightforward approach have made him both a controversial and influential figure in modern politics. When Democrat John Fetterman won Pennsylvania's U.S. Senate seat in 2022, many people believed he would challenge old ways of doing things. And he has, just not in the way anyone expected. Fetterman, known for being bold and outspoken, has surprised his party by going against them on some policies. But what's really shocking is how much he has warmed up to Donald Trump, the man he once called a felon, and attacked during his campaign. During the 2024 campaign, Fetterman harshly criticized Trump, accusing him of being obsessed with revenge. However, after Trump's election victory, Fetterman became the first Senate Democrat to meet with him. This move has upset some Democrats who are starting to question their support for Fetterman. Christine Jacobs, founder of Represent PA, an organization that helps elect Democratic women in Pennsylvania, said many Democrats feel disappointed and concerned about Fetterman's growing connection with Trump. Fetterman's win in 2022 was a big deal for Democrats. He flipped a Republican seat, even while recovering from a stroke during a tough campaign. People had high hopes for him to push forward Democratic values. Now some feel let down by his actions. At the beginning of the election season, Fetterman threw several shades at Donald Trump in different interviews and videos. In October 31, 2024, Donald Trump posted on X, he wrote, "We caught them cheating big in Pennsylvania. Must announce and prosecute. Now. This is a criminal violation of the law. Stop voter fraud. Check out Kamala's new sleazebag lawyer. We are on them all this time. Who would have ever thought that our country is so corrupt?" Fetterman highlighted that the only documented cases of voter fraud in Pennsylvania was during the 2020 election that involved individuals casting ballots for Trump using the identities of deceased relatives. He noted, "There was voter fraud in Pennsylvania, and it was a handful of Republicans, and they had their dead moms voting for Trump." Emphasizing the integrity of the state's election system, he added, "I'd like to remind everybody that they were all caught and they were prosecuted. That's how secure our elections are." In January 2025, Fetterman made headlines just after he said that Trump invited him for a meeting and he accepted. This unexpected meeting raised eyebrows across the political spectrum. As the whole nation didn't expect such from Fetterman, as he's known for his blunt criticism of Trump, Fetterman once labeled him as a threat to democracy and dismissed his repeated claims of election fraud as baseless. However, in a statement following the meeting, Fetterman described the discussion as constructive, emphasizing his belief that dialogue, even with political opponents, is necessary for progress. He got featured in several interviews, and one of them he was asked.
What do you plan on talking about with the president?
Well, yeah, I'm asking to be named the Pope of Greenland.
Do you have a specific
No, I'm just having a comment. I mean, like, this is going to be the president, and I am not just the senator for Democrats in Pennsylvania. I'm the senator for everyone in Pennsylvania, and my state picked Donald Trump as president, and if I have the opportunity to have that conversation, and I bet we're going to find things to work together for a better Pennsylvania and a better nation, and that's why I'm engaging.
Fetterman stated his reasons for accepting the invite as a meeting that is going to benefit Pennsylvania and also the nation at large. His actions showed how he treats things differently from others. Following their discussion, President-elect Trump expressed admiration for Senator Fetterman. He wrote, "It was a totally fascinating meeting. He's a fascinating man, and his wife is lovely. They were both up, and I couldn't be more impressed. He's common-sense person. He's not liberal or conservative. He's just a common-sense person. Beautiful. He really was impressive, and I'm glad to speak to him. And he loves Pennsylvania, and he loves our country." His visit to Mar-a-Lago to meet with President-elect Donald Trump. This meeting sparked discussions on various platforms, including the popular daytime talk show, The View. The noble John Fetterman has been a guest on the show for a couple of times, and nothing seemed to have ever gone wrong between him and the hosts. During a recent episode of The View, co-host Ana Navarro commented on politicians visiting Mar-a-Lago to meet President-elect Donald Trump. She stated,
I have to say, I don't like the optics of him going down to Mar-a-Lago because I think that's become kind of like, Donald Trump's little palace, and it's like trekking down to Mecca to see the prophet. So I don't like that. I don't, and it feels like he's yucking it up. But
co-host Sunny Hostin concurred, adding,
of going down to Mar-a-Lago and kissing the ring. I mean, Donald Trump will be in Washington. He should have been in Washington already because he should have been transitioning with his team, but he has refused to sign the GSA agreement and wants to go with his own ethics plan. And so that's one of the reasons why he's not in Washington yet. And so I take objection to that. But the one thing that I just want to say is, I want him to stop talking about Greenland. Greenland is not for sale. Like, why is Donald Trump talking about Greenland? You know why he's talking about Greenland? Because it has oil and natural resources.
Fetterman, who has been a guest on The View multiple times in the past, didn't take the comments lightly. His lawsuit claims that Hostin's words, along with statements made by other producers on the show, were defamatory and portrayed him as hypocritical, politically opportunistic, and unfit for office. According to Fetterman's legal team, the remarks were not only damaging to his reputation, but were made with malicious intent to discredit his political stance and credibility. This lawsuit highlights a broader conversation about the responsibilities of public figures and media personalities when discussing high-profile politicians. For Fetterman, this isn't just about clearing his name. It's about drawing a line between fair commentary and defamation. Hostin's remarks are just one part of the controversy surrounding Fetterman's evolving political approach. While some see his outreach to Trump as a bold move to foster bipartisanship, others view it as a betrayal of democratic values. For Fetterman, this lawsuit might be his way of defending his integrity in a political landscape that's anything but forgiving. In contrast, recent credible reports indicate that Sunny Hostin, co-host of The View, is addressing a lawsuit involving her husband, Emmanuel Manny Hostin. He has been named as a defendant in an insurance fraud lawsuit filed by American Transit. Sunny Hostin has publicly defended her husband, describing the lawsuit as a frivolous civil lawsuit and accusing the company of initiating a disgusting media smear campaign against her family.
In the criminal case now, the prosecutors are like, oh, really? Well, how about we add some additional fraud charges onto you? And they're talking about threatening him with insurance fraud, which I would say you could get about 20 years in prison. So that's a death sentence for him.
She further announced plans to file a counter lawsuit for defamation. Now Sunny Hostin's family is racing two lawsuits, one for her husband and one on her too. With the lawsuit officially filed and media outlets buzzing, this case is quickly becoming one of the hottest topics of the year. The big question is, will The View stand their ground and argue that Sunny Hostin's comments were fair commentary, Or will John Fetterman's legal team prove that these statements cross the line into defamation? Honestly, it's anybody's game at this point. One thing is that this drama is just getting started. Whether you're Team Fetterman, Team The View, or just here for the hot tea, there's plenty more to unpack as this unfolds. So, what do you think? Is Fetterman right to defend his reputation? Or is this just another example of politics meeting pop culture in the messiest way possible? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay connected to the latest news and updates.